Hey everybody, welcome to the Harold Homestead. Elizabeth and the kids are inside doing homeschool right now and some chores, and I'm outside doing animal chores. And I thought with everything going on in the world, we need to have a fun farm update video where I can just kind of show you some of the projects we're working on and some of the animals. And some of my favorite animals are these guys. I'm going to show you here in just a second. We have 19 ducks right now. Mainly there's 8 pecans and the rest are ruin or crossbreeds of others. I think there's one khaki Campbell there in the back, it's all brown. Whenever I need a good laugh, I'll just watch these guys. Let's show you some other critters. Please excuse some of the messes. We're in the middle of some projects and winter out here can be pretty difficult. The coop right here, I got on Facebook Marketplace for free last summer, and I'm thinking about turning it into our turkey coop. You heard the big turkey in the back just a minute ago. That's our Tom Royal Palm turkey. And this run right here, it's actually called an aviary. They'll get some of part of that, and I'm thinking this one will probably be used for the quail, and this one will probably be used for the ducks again. Sorry, right here. So, and we're going to be building another one. We decided that this area right here that we were using for a walk area will be perfect for another small aviary. So all we have to do is put in our stick build across, and then chicken wire on the ends and across the top. And we'll have 6 bird aviaries. Let me show you the chickens. Here's the chicken side of things. Right now they are not very active because it's muddy from all the rain. We're going to be putting fresh mulch in there just like it looks here. But they run it down. They eat a lot of the insects and stuff that come along with it. But they're trying to stay as warm and dry as possible. Chickens, they really don't like to be dirty, but this is their bird house. It's 2-sided. I think you've seen some of our videos about that, but we have various breeds of chickens. And right now we're getting about 6 to 7 different colors of eggs. We even got some Easter egg chickens that lay blue eggs. Over here is Mr. Tom Turkey. I don't know if we've actually named him, but we got him from our good friends, Josh and Mallory Weedman, when he was just a pup, and he is huge. He's probably every bit of 25 to 30 pounds, 2.5 feet tall. But we've got some young birds we're raising that will hopefully be some females for him, so we can start getting turkey eggs to incubate and raise more meat birds. He is something else, let me tell you. He's getting huge. All right, let's go check some other birds out. So this big contraption here is actually some recycled windows that we found last summer. Someone threw them out. They upgraded their home. So if the ducks come in here, I'll have to feed them some corn. They follow me around like they're lost puppies. But these are the young turkeys. Let me give them some corn. They'll be back in just a moment. But these are our young poults, and they are white turkeys, mainly a meat breed, so that's why we're hoping that we can get a couple females out of these. If we have too many tom turkeys, we'll have to butcher some later this fall once they're big enough. But the female turkeys of this breed will get 25 to 30 pounds, and the males will get 30 to 35 pounds. So this glass little brooder has proven very, very good. Once we're done with it, we'll probably take it apart and we'll use it for our greenhouse. Yeah, we hear you. Go. All right, now I'll show you the pheasant. So we got pheasant just a few weeks ago. On the same week we got quail, and I'll show you them as well here in a minute. But just the other day I posted that we got our first pheasant egg. Now we're not wanting to raise pheasant to eat their eggs. We want to raise pheasant to get more pheasant. So I'm hoping that once the pheasant, they're in their aviary, which I just showed out there, when they're a little bit more, they feel a little safer, especially the hen, she'll start laying and hopefully start going broody. Otherwise, we'll have to incubate the eggs. But let me show you what their little, we call it a chicken tractor. It's just temporary until we can put them in their run. So here's our Chinese ringneck pheasant. On the left is our hen, and on the right is the male. He's the rooster. And in the state of Illinois, these are domestic birds. So I have to have a special license to raise them, which I do. And but we also hunt these in the wild. I was able to shoot one this past season, and man, they're delicious birds. So as far as meat goes, they're smaller than a chicken, but good protein and just a beautiful bird. You can tell from the colors on that rooster. Tail feathers are about 1.5 feet to 2 feet long, and these are younger birds, so they'll actually, the rooster especially, will get bigger. How about we take a look at the rabbits? Here's Chocolate. She's just having a meal. Now that winter is over, we'll start breeding them again. And here's Buttons. She's our best breeder. She'll give anywhere between 8 and 12 babies at a time. And then down here is Brownie, and he looks like he's wanting to take a nap. So we've limited the amount of rabbits that we have now because we've been wanting to focus more on birds. But we want to keep rabbits because they're good meat producers as well. So if we can get these two ladies here, two does, to produce rabbits for us, they can go anywhere between 10 and 20 baby bunnies, baby rabbits at a time. And that will range between 20 and 30 pounds of rabbit meat. So I have to admit, I used to not be a cat person, but they have proven their purpose here on our farm. We've not had any mice problems or shrew problems in the barn. And this is Jaren's little kitten. Yeah. And right now she's being raised in a cage because she was born in the country in a barn at another property. And we're just training this kitten to know where food is, so we don't want it to disappear in the woods. I'll show you our other cat we did the same thing with. She's amazing. Her name's Tigger. I could get this one. It doesn't like to let go. Oh, goodness. But that's Jaren's kitten he got for his birthday. He wanted a guitar amp and a kitten. Hey, it works. But let me show you Tigger. Oh, she was sleeping. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Oh, she's nice and warm. Yeah, oh, she's purring. Yeah. Yeah. So, if we're right, a local cat in the woods, yes, there are some cats wandering the woods, one of which is twice as big as her. We call him Tigger, or Tiger. So she's Tigger, he's Tiger. And she was bred. It takes 58 days gestation for kittens, and we're thinking that she's pregnant. We're noticing a little bit of some mood changes, and her appetite's up. She's gaining a little bit of weight, but it should be the middle of next month if we get our first round of kittens. And yeah, you heard the dog in the background, so here's an update on, here's Rose, our boar goat, thinking about getting a male goat for her. Yeah, oh, yeah, she's a good girl. This is Angel, and she's probably about 90 to 95 pounds right now and growing. She's still a pup, believe it or not. Great Pyrenees don't stop growing as pups until they're about 18 months old. So she's doing really, really well. She's a good dog, amazing dog. This is Angel. Oh, get down, baby. Get down, get down. So that's Rose. We're going to be building a new pasture out in our south field, hopefully this summer, if not sooner, so we can increase our goats, maybe get some sheep, who knows. All right, let me show you the quail. I was getting ready to head into the house to show you the quail, but I thought, well, before I go in and hunker down for a little bit, I wanted to show you what we're working on out here with the rest of the property, with our fruit garden and trees, and where our greenhouse is going. So believe it or not, that is not a pile of junk. That is recycled materials, from cattle panels to the arches of a previous greenhouse that we were able to recycle and repurpose. And there's concrete blocks back there, and this spot here is where our greenhouse is going. It's going to be about 20 feet wide and about 24 foot long, and then it's going to be between 6 and 8 foot tall, so we can grow food year round. My goal is to have it off grid, so we might be using some solar panels, and eventually I'd love to do some aquaponics in here where we can raise fish that in turn feed the garden. So we always like to repurpose whatever we can. So these are some sidewalls I had built previous for another project, but they're going to repurpose for the greenhouse. And then we have some connections with the power company. We got some free telephone poles to be able to utilize for anywhere from between clubhouses and other projects that we're going to build. And then of course you see the timber and the field there in the background. We don't do anything down there except for play and hunt. Let me show you one of the other recent projects that we just did. Elizabeth and I, just about a week ago, decided that we thought that these are our blueberry bushes inside these cages. They weren't caged up over a week ago, and we thought that maybe the rabbits were coming out at night. Yes, they can be very nocturnal, and they were nipping down the plants. So we built these cages here and repurposed some of these pieces of wood that we found that other people had thrown out from, well, it's the spigots on your front porch around like your rail. So we repurposed those and put some compost around them, and hopefully those things will blow up this year and grow. Here's the rest of the vegetable. You can't really, or not vegetable garden, fruit garden. Can't really see it because of the camera, but these are cattle panels that are about 20 to 22 feet long, somewhere in there, and there's 3 of them. And these were our raspberries. Black and red raspberries grow. Hope I'm saying that right. I'm not the main gardener around here. My wife is. So, but here's our strawberry patch, and it right now is covered with leaves, but our strawberries are already blowing up and growing. You can see them down here starting to break through. And so we're hoping that this thing is just covered this year. This would be, I believe it's our 3rd year for this little patch. But you can see them. Those are all strawberries. All strawberries all the way through. They're coming up. Springtime, y'all. Springtime. And then over here, make sure I'm not stepping on any strawberries. Right here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grapevines. These 2 are the oldest ones, and then the last 4, they were planted last year. But we got grapes for the first time last year, and we've been learning some pruning techniques to increase them. And right here is a patch. It's probably about, I'm going to say about 700 square feet of patch that we planted. I think it was a few thousand onions and some garlic and some other plants. We didn't harvest any of it last year. And if I can carefully come in here, it's already coming back, and it's going to come back in greater number. There's some onions. So we'll have good harvest of onions this year. But I could see them there growing in rows. All right, so here's our quail. These are Coturnix quail. That's at least how I'm pronouncing it. And they are 3 weeks old. And I'll get a little closer here for you. They are almost fully feathered. We've got albinos. They're the ones that are white with a black spot on the back of their head. Then we got the Wilds breed, and that's the brown ones. And then there's a couple crossbreeds in here. There's one that's almost totally gray. And believe it or not, in about 4 or 5 weeks, these birds will already be laying eggs. That's what's so special about Coturnix quail, is that from hatching, within 6 to 8 weeks of hatching, they will already be laying eggs. And from what we've researched and learned, they will actually be 6 times more protein from a little, probably 10 to 12 ounce bird than that of chicken. So this one bird would basically satisfy me when eating it. So yes, we are raising these birds for meat. We have not stepped into that before, so we're now doing it with turkey, pheasant, and quail. That's something new this year for us. There's the crossbreed one. It's kind of gray. Let me move this. This is a heat plate that I'm borrowing from a friend, so it's nice and warm underneath. Better than electricity. So these birds, there's one that's kind of more yellowish. Beautiful birds. And you can just hear them. It's just really soothing. Anyway, like I said, we're raising these for meat, and also we'll be selling their eggs. There are people that actually like to eat their eggs more like a delicacy. But if you can imagine the size of a chicken egg, they are only about a third of the size of a chicken egg. They're smaller probably than a ping pong ball. We'll keep you posted. These birds are going to be moved hopefully in the next week or two into their aviary. I'll probably wait a little bit longer, but they are outgrowing their little brooder that we have here in our sunroom. This brooder is a old watering trough that's kind of rusted out on the bottom, and so I'm using a piece of glass and some screen on top to just secure them. And our daughter Esther and daughter Promise can't help themselves but to come out here and play with them. So we'll keep you posted on how these birds are doing. They're now 3 weeks old. Well, thanks for joining this quick update on some of our animals and our projects. As it gets greener, as you can tell, the grass down the lane is getting more and more green. Bees right there, they come back to the homestead next month, a little less than a month. So if you find any bee swarms, probably around May and June, please let me know. I'll come and get those, or we could bring them to the homestead. Might have some honey in the future for you if you help me find those. But out there is where we have our main garden. And even further out from there is where we're going to build another pasture for bigger livestock. Well, God bless you. And I just want to encourage you guys, don't worry through this season that we're all going through. The whole world is going through it. Jesus Christ is Lord, and we just need to call on him. He is our only hope, our only salvation. And just want to encourage you with that. Thanks for joining, and we'll catch you the next time. God bless you.